What? I didn't turn on the African, so it's okay.
There you go. I forgot my damn coat.
Now, see, you got on me last week because I didn't have mine.
I feel you. What we talking about, Jay?
What are we talking about?
I can't even see you no more. I'm going to have to put another glass up. Is Jay in the booth dancing?
Probably.
You think so?
Thank you. Shout out to Right On Cue Designs that's in the booth.
That's what's up, man. What's up, man? Welcome back for another episode of the What You Mean podcast, man. I am your host, LaCheston.
And I'm your co-host, Kim. Hey, y'all.
And we are here kicking it with a dope guest today. We've been trying to change things up a little bit for y'all and, you know, make sure we get some dope people for season 2 that can always feed the culture. Number one, but most importantly, those people that are making those shifts and those changes within our culture that we feel like can give y'all some necessary things that could help you out along the way, but also be entertaining, man. So without further ado, we're gonna allow our guest to introduce herself for this evening.
Well, what's going on, you guys?
Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on?
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm K.Samone.
So glad to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, you sound just like the radio. Like for real, she got the whole thing down, the whole nine.
She's legit. What you mean? What you mean?
Oh, gosh.
So first and foremost, thank you for coming. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thank you so much for having me.
Man, it's all good.
Here. Y'all know I just got to Birmingham, like legit. Like I haven't even been here for a month yet.
For real?
Seriously.
Well, I follow 95.7, so you know I kind of sort of because Vegas is my guy.
Okay.
Y'all PM. She was on the radio. She might still be on the radio in New York. We've done some gigs together before, so right. I got some people up there that I knew, and so you know I show my little bit of faithfulness by hitting the follow button to see what they got going on. And I seen you've been posting a lot regularly on there, so I just shot a DMs like, hey, would you like to come on the station and just talk about radio personality? You know what I'm saying? All the things that you got going on in your career, and as far as that industry goes, because this is an industry Monday, and we do want to talk about women doing their thing as far as the radio station goes. So again, from the platform, from my staff and myself, man, we appreciate you coming.
Absolutely, thank y'all so much for having me.
So what you got, sis? How we gonna make this thing go today?
I'm a little nervous.
Why you nervous?
I don't know what y'all gonna ask me.
I don't think my producer put nothing bad on here.
Not at all.
I wish he did.
We're spilling tea, but not that kind of tea.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's have some fun though.
I got you. I'm gonna let co-host kick it off today.
Okay, let's do it.
So we got an icebreaker for you. Okay?
All right, talk to me.
So if you had Young Thug on the phone,
whew, child.
Okay. What are a few conversation pieces that you've taken away from him?
Well, let me tell you this. I know that they love BMF. Him, Gunna, Southside, all of them love BMF. I had an opportunity to talk to them on the BMF red carpet for the first season, and we all had a good laugh on the carpet together because they were super excited. Like, no, for real, super excited.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. So I would definitely engage with him about BMF season 2, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Everybody talking about BMF right now.
Have you watched?
Are you
No,
caught up?
I haven't.
Really?
I tried to watch the first episode and it wasn't. I was like, I'm going to sleep. So yeah.
For season 2?
I couldn't even get past episode 1, season 1.
Wow, so you ain't even Jay, you don't already, Jay. Let her live, bro. We like 5 minutes in. Let her live a little bit.
Let's have some fun. No, I haven't seen it.
But why?
I don't know. I tried, and it didn't do anything. I love you, 50. I love you, but nah, just didn't do it for me.
All right, so let's
go ahead. Let it off. Let it off. There you go.
I think the big. All right, so I think and this is a personal thing right here. Like, me and my fiance, we've had our things, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that has kind of sort of like kept us grounded and kept us in communication with each other no matter what we was going through was shows. Like there were certain shows that we were watching that we would not watch without each other, regardless of we was beefing, whatever the case may be. Is what day of the week you coming so we can get some popcorn or get some seafood and watch our shows. You know what I'm saying? So BMF is one of those shows that we won't watch without the other. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a power girl, though. all tied up into the power. You know what I mean? BMF is cool. It's nothing wrong with BMF. I couldn't get into it, you know?
Do you know the backstory?
No.
I think if you get into the backstory of it, that'll make you want to watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the let me ask you this. How old are you?
You're talking to the girl who asked Lil Meech on the red carpet. I went viral for this, by the way. Meech,
okay.
Are you in the show?
Well, damn.
I'm literally viral. I swear to God, I went viral. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm viral for that.
Wow, that's crazy.
We shared a good laugh. We shared a great laugh on the carpet. It was a great one. And shout out to Da Vinci, because Da Vinci looked me dead in my face and was like, I'm playing Terry. Like, why don't you notice? I'm like, bro, they just threw me on the carpet today, bro.
Because he's hot on the market right now.
No, Da Vinci is definitely hot on the market.
Yeah, they after him right
definitely,
now. Yeah,
definitely
I know. I seen a podcast or interview that one of the people that was there at the same event that you're talking about, and one of the things that she asked him about, was he dating Lala, because there was a little birdie floating around saying that they were.
I think that was the
dating.
second. I don't know if that was the first premiere, but I think it was the second premiere you're probably talking about. Because I don't think the rumor floated until after the first season.
So you got any insight on that? Spill the tea.
I don't know. I'm on my business, you know. I'm on my business. I heard some things. I did hear some things, but I do be minding my business.
I mean, bruh, all I'm gonna say is if you own Lala, you ain't losing, D.
I heard the same thing you heard, you know.
That's what it is.
Now the source might be a little bit reputable, but I heard the same thing.
Gotcha.
But Lala's beautiful, so
She's
hey,
gorgeous.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he definitely dating up. It ain't like he dating down.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you said you're a power girl. So
I'm a power fan, 180%. Like, I love power.
So who's your vested character there?
Right now, I can't wait for Power Book 2 Ghost to come back out, because I need to know what's going on in Tyreek's little brain.
Nothing.
I'm ready for that.
Tyreek still need his ass whooped from the first season of the movie. Like, I ain't seen this man get no ass whooping yet, man. Like, what's really going on? Like,
I don't know what it was. Like, I hated him too. I hated him and Dre, and I don't know who I hated more.
You talking about Timmy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who I hated more in the first Power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know, but after going into like Power Book 2, I actually like Tyreek. I really do.
I think the way he governed himself in the first season, you know what I'm saying, with getting to college, trying to make sure things were on point for his sister and his grandma, and just how he was just trying to get done what he needed to get done in order to get what he needed to get, so he felt like he could have his life the way that he's wanted. I think that it was actually dope. So shout out to the writers, bro, because they doing their thing. Yeah,
the writers are definitely doing a great job for sure. Yeah.
So,
and then I'm excited about Forrest too. Let me go ahead and throw that out there.
With Tommy?
Yes.
That's what I can't watch.
I actually enjoy. Well, here's the thing. It took me a minute. Shout out to Isaac and what is his name? I cannot think of his name right now. Chris D. Lofton. Shout out to them too. So Isaac is actually a great friend of mine. Okay. He's the one who plays Diamond.
Okay.
So that's a real good friend of mine, and it took me like 2 weeks to actually sit down and watch it, because I kept saying, "Oh my God, it's Isaac! Oh my God, it's Isaac!" Right? Like, it took me a minute to like sit down and really just be excited. Like, I had to call him and be like, "All right, I have to get this off my chest so I can actually enjoy the show and not look at you being Diamond, but I can actually watch Diamond and disassociate you."
Got you.
You know what I mean? It took me a minute. I was really excited.
See, when I think Diamond from P Valley. You know,
I couldn't even get into P Valley.
What's that boy name?
Tyler Lepley.
You own him too?
I mean, he's fine.
Oh, American Wise Baby Daddy?
Yeah, he's fine, period.
Or fiance?
Or Benny from, what's the name of that show? The Haves and Have-Nots. Yeah.
I didn't watch that either.
I did.
I didn't watch P Valley though.
I told my baby I want my chest and my stomach to look like that. I want some abs and my chest. She said, "No, I
can airbrush them on for you. I got you.
I'm so weak. You like P Valley?
I do.
Who don't like P Valley? You don't watch P Valley neither?
Nah, I fell asleep on it.
Damn.
I just kept falling asleep on P Valley. I couldn't do it.
What is going on?
I couldn't do it.
I don't understand.
I couldn't do it.
Did you hit the pinky button? Hit the pinky button again, man. Shut the fuck up. Bruh. So you watching Tummy, but you ain't watching P-Valley.
I couldn't do it. I kept falling
and you can't
asleep.
get into BMF.
We sat there and watched the first season. I know I was trying to because I know they wanted me to do the red carpet for the first season before they canceled it in Atlanta. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to get into it. First 2 episodes, I just kept falling asleep. And then they canceled the red carpet. So I was like, cool, I don't got to be so invested. And I could try to take my time. Months go down the line. I go to Charlotte, and I'm at one of my bros' cribs, and I'm just like, he tries to get me to watch it. I fell asleep. 3 episodes in, fell asleep. I can't get into it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to sit there and like stress myself out to stay woke to watch a show that everybody else like.
I feel you on that part. If you're gonna put it like that, it's kind of sort of, again, not to go left completely on, you know, the What You Mean podcast, whatever the case may be. But, you know, me and the wife getting ready to debut our podcast, and again, it's based on shows, but it's also based on black cinemas that she's never seen, that I feel like black people should have seen. You know what I'm saying?
And what shows is this? Or what movies?
Man, I don't even want to go down that list.
Y'all talking about me and P-Valley, and you talking about me and BMF. Put your fiance out there.
No, I ain't finna do her like that. I ain't finna do her like that. All right, so Jason Lyrics.
I seen it.
Love Jones.
That's one of my faves.
5 Heartbeats.
5 Heartbeats. I probably saw a little bit of it.
Posse.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know what Posse is.
Me
See what I'm talking about?
What is Posse?
It's produced by Mario Van Peebles. Black Cowboys. Everybody, last year, the Black Cowboy movie came out with Idris Elba and all them. It went crazy.
Right.
All the black folks went crazy.
You know how long it took me to watch that?
What?
Probably about 6 months after it came out.
What is it? Well, you know what? I just
can't hop on the bandwagon. I'm not a bandwagon type of person.
I wouldn't consider it a bandwagon. We could say hype. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't consider it a bandwagon. I just one of the ultimate things that I want to do is I want to get in the field. Like, I don't have to hit my shutter button to take another photo ever again if I can get in the film, because that's what ultimately what I want to do. Yeah. So when stuff come out that, you know, they're creating it for our culture, for us to see it from another side, and it is trending, like, you got people that are in Netflix groups on Facebook and stuff so they can see what people are talking about, because you'll be there all day trying to find something to watch on damn Netflix or any streaming service right now. So in terms of just like 95.7, even for what it stands for, you know what I'm saying? 95.7 is one of those stations about the culture. On the backside of that, of course, they get the business. That the business can't thrive without businesses investing in them sponsorships, doing what they need to do, playing the right music on the air, whatever the case may be. We get it, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking from my perspective about, you know, black films and black cinemas, if it's out there and it's great and it's trending because it's great, then I don't consider me wanting to see it to be the bandwagon or just hopping on it because it's the hype, because that's just generally what I like. So I can get it. That's just not your thing. Or
it's just not like, for me, it takes me a very long time to like get into something that I'm not really interested in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't stop and be like, oh, the new cowboy movie is out. Let me go watch Cowboys. I don't like cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like them either.
If I don't like cowboys, I don't care. Like, if it's out there or not, I have to warm up to it. Yeah. I'm the type of person, I really will sit back and watch all old things. Like, one show, anybody who knows me, A Different World. I watch that every day, all day. It's something. It's just something about, like, for me.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna turn it back over to my co-host. This is the one thing that I'm gonna share with you about A Different World. Actually, my frat brother, man, we were having a conversation one day, and he asked me. He says he quoted something from A Different World, and he was like, "Bruh, you ain't never seen A Different World?" And I was like,
"What he quote?"
I don't remember. I bet
you I could tell you what episode.
And he was just like, he was just like, you want to watch A Different World? I was like, nah, I could never get into it. It wasn't something that I really wanted to watch or something I wanted to do. So I actually said, okay, cool. So I got on Google to find out where I could stream it at, and I actually
it's on HBO Max.
Watched it at work. At Blue Cross when I was working third shift.
Did you watch the first season?
I started from the beginning all the way up.
What was your thoughts?
And this is what he told me today. He was like, shows like A Different World is what made him want to go to college and made want to experience college. Like Family Matters and you know what I'm saying, like Bill Cosby and stuff like that.
Matters.
But it was the lesson that it taught to the black family. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can't say that I watched A Different World and it influenced me to want to be part of that culture and go and experience the HBCU and go to school, but you can't give on the same token, the same hunt to Family Matters and you know Fresh Prince, these things that were put in place to be comedy and you know because laughter is good for the soul, but at the same time, those writers and those people producing those shows and those people that they put on that screen for us to see, whether it was every Thursday, every Friday, whatever the case may be, they put them up there to try to instill something in the culture. So it's kind of sort of like for me, like that's why I like to be well versed. Like I like to be all around to be able to say I can dib a dab in a little bit of everything, or I know about this and I know about that. I can't be shut off to one thing because not going back to say anything negative or nothing like that, but I can't shut off the fact that they just made a great movie and it just so happened to be on horses because it's around cowboys. Like if we look at the actors in that movie, ain't none of them actors ever played in a cowboy movie. It's just who they casted for those roles, and we know why they casted them for their roles because people was gonna go and check out those shows. So I think that's kind of sort of the well-versed thing, you know, that I was just trying to get to in terms of what we were just saying about, you know, A Different World. Like A Different World, when I watched it made me have that same feeling.
It's the character development for me with A Different World. First and foremost, it goes back. I have real bad anxiety. So watching new things sometimes plays with my anxiety because I don't know what's coming, right?
Gotcha.
But if I watch something that I'm used to, that I'm comfortable with, that brings me a sense of comfort, I can relax. You know what I mean?
That's good. So bro. That's actually really good.
That's what I mean when I say I can't just hop on things with that. That's because everybody else is hopping on them. Like I can't do that. I have to warm up to I have to warm up to it.
I got you.
So
you know what I mean?
Was there a character in A Different World that you
Whitley?
With?
What?
Whitley.
Why?
Period.
Why?
What you mean? Why?
Are you Greek?
Have you seen Whitley? All her baby, like.
Have you not seen her? Fabulous,
bro.
Fabulous, Jasmine Guy. First of all, you will not disrespect the queen.
Whitley is
Jasmine Guy. Okay, I love you, queen. I love you. Okay, you will not. You will not either. You will not either. So look, y'all will not disrespect the queen, Jasmine Guy. But no, I actually love Whitley, and I'm gonna tell you why I love Whitley. I love Whitley for so many reasons. I loved her growth from being, you know, the spoiled brat to actually getting a sense of reality. You know what I mean? I love that dynamic of her. I love the fact that she could just say what she felt with no stipulation. She didn't care.
Right.
You know, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
And just I don't care. I don't care. You know, and I loved how she was.
I think that's why other day actually on TikTok, man, I seen Dwayne roll up on her while she was talking to her homegirls. And he was like, hey, you're my wife. I don't know what you got going on, but we gonna work through this and we gonna talk about it. And she said
bye.
Yep, she did. And he said, let's go.
He said, let's go.
He said, let's go. And she walked right on behind him like, and then all her homegirl was looking like, okay, I see.
Bye. Like, that is me all day long. Bye.
So are you Greek?
I am an iota sweetheart. So that's what I am.
So for the people that don't know, what does that mean?
I'm an auxiliary behind a fraternity, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
But why are you looking like that though?
Because I don't know what Greek he's a part, but he ain't part of I-Phi. Who you a part of, sir?
It ain't even about the fraternity part. It's the fact that you just sat here and told me you was a sweetheart. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
I am. Okay. I am a sweetheart. I went through an educational, inspirational appreciation process. Yeah.
Educational what?
Educational, inspirational appreciation process. EOP. You damn right. I'm going to tell you, I'm an iota sweetheart. Goddamn. You damn right.
I said what I said.
You damn right.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. And they say don't knock it till you try. You feel me? But, which direction we finna head in, man? Because we didn't jump deep off in. We ain't did no introductory stuff. We ain't asked the nitty gritty questions. I bet my producer like over there like that is not what I sent you. Like, what is you doing? But I guess I'll turn the corner, and then I know that my co-host, she's dope, so she'll come in when she come in. So cool. Let's just go back to the beginning and let's talk a little bit about, you know, where you're born and raised at. You know what I'm saying? And tell us a little bit about that, and give us a little bit about what influenced you growing up and kind of sort of like put you on the path that you are, especially when it comes to the media life.
All right, so I'm going to start here. I'm originally from Newport News, Virginia.
Okay.
Okay. By way of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So my mom's side of the family is in Newport News. My dad's side of the family is in Harrisburg.
Okay, shout out to Wilkinsburg.
Don't do that. So I've been back and forth literally all my life, like back and forth all my life. So I have two cities that I represent, and that's 757 and 717 for sure. So I gotta put on for both. Now, living in Virginia, what got me into radio and got me into this? I'll just start here and say this, like I always say, my steps are ordered. So I didn't wake up and say, oh my God, I want to be in media. Oh my God, I want to do radio. Oh my God, I'm going to be this media mogul when I grow up. Like I never said that. Yeah. I never thought about it, right? I didn't even know this was a job. Okay. Right. But what ended up happening was growing up, I was listening to this morning show called the Buddha Brothers Morning Show on 103 Jamz. Mm-hmm. And I just grew up listening to them. Like they had this thing called the Kids Corner, and they used to, this is like when the Bow Wows and the B2Ks and the Little Romeos and all that stuff was out. So they dedicate a whole hour of their show for kids so they can send the kids to the concerts that was happening. So I won a couple times, you know what I mean? And that was that, you know, I just enjoyed it. So it was to the point where I would go to sleep at night to this, to the Love Below, which was like all R&B at night, just to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to be ready for the morning show, right? And I will say this, and when I say my steps is ordered, I'll just start here. So, like I said, it was never something I said I wanted to do. This is not it, right? But at 14, at a middle school, I was introduced to camera operating, being in front of a camera like this at 14. And then 2 years later, I was approached by this TV station called Channel 47, Newport News Public Schools TV station. I was approached by them. And the person who picked me up, I was hired. I was an actual student. I was a worker. So I got my first entertainment check at 16 years old.
Dope.
So when he picked me up, come to find out, the teacher who put the camera in my hand at 14 years old, that was his daughter.
Wow.
And then from there, one of the personalities, rest in peace to DJ Law. DJ Law actually came through the same program that I was on, but DJ Law, I grew up listening to him on the Buddha Brothers Morning Show. Right. So then that's the connection part too. And then after that, as I'm in Philadelphia, we'll get to all of that, but I was in Philadelphia working, and I was like, all right, it's time for something new. I'm ready for the next part of my life. I'm not necessarily sure where this is going to go. And at the time I was looking at New York. A friend of mine was actually in Atlanta. Shout out to Monty. That's my baby. So she was in Atlanta, and she was telling me, I think Atlanta might actually work for you. So it's like Atlanta might be it. So while I'm in Philly, the imaging director, his name was T-Storm. Shout out to T-Storm. And T-Storm literally was like, hey, I think Atlanta might be good for you too. So I think you need to go ahead and reach out to the people in Atlanta. The person you want to reach out to is Hurricane Dave. So I'm like, all right, cool, I could do that. And I finally got a hold of Hurricane Dave, me and Dave having a conversation one day. And Dave was just like, well, what got you into radio? Same question you asked me, right? So I'm like, well, I grew up listening to this show called the Buddha Brothers Morning Show. Like, I never thought that this would be my path in life, but I grew up listening to this show. And he was like, you know what's so crazy? He was like, I was their boss when you was growing up listening to them, and that would be the same man who hired me in Atlanta.
Wow.
So when I tell you that my steps are ordered, like I sincerely mean that my steps are ordered.
That's dope, man.
Wow, that's hella dope.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, for real.
Like, what do you say?
So it's just so many, like, the way that my journey constantly connects and keeps connecting. Yeah. It's just like, at this point, I don't even go after anything. I just let it fall to me, because I'm just like, all right, I'm clearly walking in purpose, even though sometimes I don't know exactly what it is that I'm doing, where it is that I'm going next. It's just kind of like, just fall back and let it take its course.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. This guy.
So why is media your passion now?
I mean, I've been doing it for so long. Yeah. You know what I mean? I started at 14. Here's the thing. Like I said, your steps are really ordered, right? And for me, like, my steps was ordered. So, growing up, I've always been into music.
Yeah.
And I was always into like, you know, your Bow Wows, your B2Ks, you know what I mean? Like B2K was my fave and J-Bug was my favorite. And then after that, at 14,
J-Bug.
J-Bug was my fave. Don't do that. Don't do that. J-Bug was my favorite.
Why you like J-Bug? Hold on, we gotta stop right there. We gotta put a comma right there.
Everybody was on Omarion, but you know what? I love J-Bug because you know J-Bug was like the Michael Bivins of the group. He just talked. You know what I mean? Like he just talked and he was so smooth.
Right.
You know?
He was smooth.
He was just so smooth, his fine ass.
You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get
You
it.
will not disrespect J-Bug. You will not disrespect
I ain't even trying to disrespect the man. I'm just saying,
Jarrell
like,
DeMarcus Houston, okay? You will
and
not
you told me not to
disrespect
move.
him.
You told me not to use your full name. I need to call you K.Samone. You used to call this whole man whole government.
And then
But I'm gonna tell you what else was like super cool. So I grew up loving J-Bug, B2K, and them. You know, they separated, or you know,
went their ways.
Yeah. They dissipated, and I actually left home sick that day when CNN actually made it official, because you know ain't nothing official till CNN make it official.
Right.
I went straight to the nurse's office and I said I gotta go home. I did. I was sick. I was sick.
You was that heartbroken? How old are you, man?
How old am I now?
Yes.
I'll tell you in a second. But I was sick then, right? I was so sick. But then I got 14 and they had the Scream Tour 4, and Sammy sung to me when I was 14 years old.
Who?
Sammy.
Oh, nah, that's my nigga. You look at
me. And come to find out, Sammy is actually one of my good friends now.
That's dope.
So,
That's dope.
so I say, when I tell you, I really did not know what God was doing at that point in my life, because I wouldn't expect. I'm just a kid. I'm just young, but I was so infatuated with what was going on in pop culture and what was going on in our culture that, I mean, I had every Word Up magazine you could think about. I had everybody's CD. Used to read the back of the CD and like be like, okay, so this is the person who produced this person produced that. When Sierra was first coming out, I knew Sierra was actually coming out before Goodies dropped. The song that was for, like, how I knew Sierra was coming up next, if you looked in the back of the CDs, it'll show you who was coming, like, oh, look for this person. So I was heavy into this group called ATL. I don't know if y'all remember that, but Sierra was actually, she did a cameo in ATL's Calling All Girls video. So I was like, in Janae Aiko, like, before y'all.
You a
like,
Janae person?
Yeah, I love Janae. But see, here's the thing. But before Janae was like Janae, she was like, you know, everybody was saying that was Fiz's cousin at that time and all that. So I was like heavy into her music then, you know. So it was just like
2004.
Yeah, it was like 2000, not even 3. It was like 2000, 2001. You know, but what I'm saying is, I just used to be so heavy into that. Like, every Word Up magazine you could think about that dropped. I mean, I still remember Lil Corey, who is Bando Jones right now. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I still know his album front to back. So I didn't realize at that time, like, I'm really retaining information that I'll be able to have one-on-one conversations with years from now. Like DJ Just, for instance, DJ Just, who was Bow Wow's DJ, or who is Bow Wow's DJ. I met him the same time Scream Tour 4. I ran up on him and said, hey, listen, you know, I really liked you in the movie Prison Song, but hey, BET played that too much. Like, BET played that too much. He just looked at me like,
out.
Right. I said, y'all, like, BET wearing it out. And he looking at me like, okay. I was like, yeah, but anyway, can I get your autograph? And he was like, well, you got something to write down? Like, you got something to write with? And I'm like, nah, don't you supposed to have something to write with for me?
Hell no.
That was our interaction, only to come back, like, what, years later. And I'm sitting on the couch, like, when he first moved to Atlanta, they reached out to me like, hey, we want you to interview Just. I'm like, yeah, I'll interview Just. Yeah. No question. You know, I was literally talking about the Millennium Tour. When we knew Millennium Tour was coming, I said, oh, I'm in there. I don't care what I got to do. I'm in there. I was free in there. And the opener, they reached out to me. Her team, C. Marie, reached out to me, and her team was like, hey, we want you to interview C. Marie. I was like, yeah, I'll do it if I could do it on spot. Like, if I could do it out there. And then once I did that, I was able to tell Sammy how he sung to me at 14. Now we cool. I did a viral video with Mario, you know. Yeah. Mario still remembers who I am. You know what I mean? It was just like, it just, everything came full circle in that moment.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So I when I tell you, I don't know. I was just so infatuated, and I never thought possible that this was possible, right?
Yeah. You were in your purpose before.
I was just in my purpose before I knew I was in my purpose.
I love that.
That's what's up, man. Dude, so let's go and get age.
30.
Okay, and the reason I'm asking that is because of the artists that you're naming and the type of music that it seems that you really like. Like, it's very seldom that I meet people that really like the kind of music I like. Like, the stuff you're saying, I really wish I would have brought my CD book up here so I could have just spin through it for you. Like, I was the type of person that I get the CD, take the cover out, put it in the cover, and then put the CD behind it.
Put the CD behind it.
Yeah,
yep.
so like I literally got a big ass CD book with still my CDs in. I can't get rid of it because
it's too nostalgic.
That music got me through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
it was a lot.
So when it comes to and we're going to slightly off script here, but I had to ask this question just because I want to know. When it comes to with all these people that you've been around, all these people that you're getting to know within your respective industry, like. Excuse me. What are you looking for in terms of like when it comes to like the dating realm for you? Like, are you looking more towards and please do not take this the wrong way.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm ready.
Are because we got a thing nowadays, and especially in 2023, tongue twister.
2023.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
About dating within your ranks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're sharing these rooms with these superstars and these people that are on and people that could change your life in the matter of 24 hours. Like when it comes to
is that attractive?
No. Let me finish the question. So when it comes to what K.Samone wants, like, you know, what you would consider to be your person or your significant other, like how does dating fit into the everyday media world and what people may not even know about you? With the media aspect, that's one side of it. Mm-hmm. The other side of it is media people are true entrepreneurs because you take what you're presented on the media side to empower the entrepreneur side of things to be able to make more money for yourself.
Yeah.
So when it comes to those two things and it comes to these rooms and these shoulders that you're rubbing with people, when it comes to your particular person, like what are some things that you're looking for in your guy?
Oh, God-fearing. That's number one.
Hello.
God-fearing. The reason why I need a God-fearing man is because a God-fearing man is a man with vision. Mm. And if I have a man with vision, that man can lead.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have no desire. Not so cute. I have no desire to be anything but a person who stands beside my man. I have no desire for that. So it doesn't matter if I'm the entrepreneur, if I'm, you know, the breadwinner or however you want to call it.
Right.
The point of the matter is the man is the king of this castle. And for me to date you or for you to be in that role, it means that you have to be able to lead. You just have to be. You know what I mean? Now, to answer your other question, as far as like, I mean, do they have to be in the industry or anything like that? No, I don't necessarily care for that. And when you're actually in it, and first of all, let me also make this very clear: I'm in the industry, not of it.
Okay, then say it one more time for the people at home.
In the industry, I'm not of it. Okay,
that's a word.
So you know what I mean? I'm in it. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it is what it is. I have my circle, my elite 7 of best friends that know me to infinity and beyond. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'm cool with my 7. You know what I mean? I'm not out here saying, "Oh, I need to be this person" or whatever. Like I said, my steps are ordered, so I'm walking in purpose. I'm not trying to do anything outside of what the vision of God has for me. You know what I mean? That's just it. That's all. You know what I mean? And the same thing with whoever, or same thing with my person, because I do have a person.
Okay.
So same thing with my person. You know what I mean? It's just a vision of God. So when I have to be K.Samone, yes, I'll be K.Samone. But when I don't have to be her, I'm Kashana.
I definitely understand that from an entrepreneur standpoint. Like,
Period.
I mean, it's my go-to right now is the TikTok where you have the nurses that'll come out and be like, nurse me, drunk me, and mom me are 3 different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I mean, the prospective industry that we're in, I mean, it's not that we're two-faced. It's just we had to put on certain hats when we step in certain rooms. Absolutely.
But here's also another thing too. My thing is when I go into a room, and especially if I have my person with me in that room, I'm not trying to overshadow or anything like that. When I walk into a room, I'm a light. And that's just it. That's all. You know what I mean? I know I'm a light and I know how to work a room. Okay. Right. And sometimes, sometimes it's about, if that person can also be that light in that room, you can do the same thing. But if my person's not in the industry, then, you know what I mean? You kind of got to let me just sit back and let me do my thing. But I will never be in a position where I would disrespect that king. I would never do that.
Well, I got you.
And as that
period.
And as that king, he's not going to be bothered by your light either.
At all.
Nah.
At all.
Nah.
At all.
I mean, go ahead.
Because here's the thing. He has his purpose, right?
Right.
And he's focusing on his purpose. You know what I mean? His purpose got him very hands-on where he needs to be. Yeah. And if he does have time to step into my world and take a step back, cool. But when I'm with him, I step into his world and I know when to take the step back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's important to understand.
Is he an entrepreneur as well?
Yes, he is.
And I think that's one of the first things that actually the first episode that I pushed out on the What You Mean podcast was the dating rules per se for dating entrepreneurs, because I had a real young female to come in here for one of our after hours, and we talked about dating and how people grew up and stuff like that. And I was just trying to like show her this example of a lot of people, again, date within their ranks or they date within their respective industries. Like, you notice a lot of actors, they date other actors. If they're not dating other actors, they're dating rappers, basketball players. They're dating people with like that operate within
your status.
Yeah,
personally,
within their circles.
I'm not a status type of person. You know what I mean? I'm more of a, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Quality,
and I date your quality, right? You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this, like, right, like I'm really a traditional woman. It's so funny because I was talking to a friend of mine and he was like, "Yo, Kay, I did not know that you were like really this traditional woman. I thought you were this modern day." And I'm like, "Nah, like it brings me joy to get off air and be like, what? My man want to see me? Okay, cool. Let me go home. Let me pack these lunches. And
I'm like, Whitley,
do this and let me do that.
Bye.
You know what I mean? Like, bye. Bye. Okay. Period. Like, it brings me joy to be able to be like, oh, you having a bad day? Okay, cool. I'll be there in a minute. You know what I mean? It brings me joy to be that woman.
And
you know what I mean?
And I think the reason, not to cut you off or overstep you, I think the reason that I was trying to like ultimately get to is like a lot of times like entrepreneurs dating other entrepreneurs, they understand how to maneuver and how that works. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like customary, like you understand like I go certain places, and when I go to these places and he's with me, okay, this is what it is, but he knows me and how I am, so he lets me operate the way that I operate. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like, and that's what me and my homegirl, Corinne Williams on that first episode, that's what we talked about, just how we move as entrepreneurs and the things that we do when it comes, because it can be time constraining. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
There's a lot of things that happen in the entrepreneurial world that the I ain't gonna say modern day, but the normal person that just works like a regular job or even like, because I'm traditional like you too, you know what I'm saying? So I came from a line of family where your life was go to high school, get your degree, then you go out of 3 places in this little small town where they're paying the best money at. You marry your high school sweetheart. You buy a house. You have some kids. You raise your kids. Send your kids to the same high school you went to. Go to the same basketball games. So I come from that traditional place. You know what I'm saying? And when I left that traditional place, I left it because I wanted different. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But those attributes and those things that were instilled in me are still there. You know what I'm saying? But I had to understand how they had to be modified a little bit, if you will, when you're in the entrepreneurial world with the things that you have to do in the place you have to go and how you have to move. You know, does that make sense what I'm saying?
No, that makes all the sense in the world, you know, dating somebody that, you know, that understands what you do. But my thing is, it's not about understanding what you do. If I understand that you have a purpose, I know how to step back. because you're in purpose.
Got you.
You understand? So it's not about, I don't care about you being, I don't care that he's an entrepreneur or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. It wouldn't matter. If you're in purpose, you're in purpose, and another person walking in purpose can identify another person walking in purpose.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can understand that. So it's like, okay, well, cool. You're feeding your drive. You're feeding your passion. So what can I do to help? What can I do to, what can I do? What can I add being here? Because the thing is, I don't care as it pertains to dating, right? The thing is that I feel like people have to understand is that when you come into somebody's world, you have to conform and adjust to how this person was prior to you being here. You know what I mean? Right. Now it's just like you guys have to make room for each other. Right. You know what I mean? But it's like you have to conform to what this person was doing prior to you. Got you. That makes sense. Now it's not. Now it's about making time and making effort to squeeze you in, to add you into my schedule. But, and
even too, just being in purpose. Like I feel like your partner, and it kind of piggybacks off what you were saying earlier. Your partner should push you further in purpose.
Absolutely.
So if your partner is like taking away from like what you're doing, or excuse me, they're taking away from what you're doing, and they're really like trying to water you down or like put their thumb on you, like that's a problem.
That's a problem. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you don't want that. No. I don't think you want that at all. And I just, me personally, when it comes to dating, it's just I only date people who know what they want. You have a vision. Right. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, as long as you have a vision, you're working towards that vision, and you know what your purpose is, I'm gonna support that, because you're innovative, you're driven, you're entrepreneuring, like you're an entrepreneur, right. You're enterprising, and you're ambitious. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like an ambitious. Like, that man will never be poor. Like, you would really say?
It's a chessboard thing, too, because it's like, okay, your partner can come to you with gentle correction, and they say, okay, well, I see a little kink over there. Have you thought about maybe tweaking this so you don't have this problem later on, or whatever the case may be? Like, that's imperative. Even, too, like with you having your core circle of your 7 friends, that's imperative too, especially like with what you do, because everybody's not meant to have access. Everybody's not meant to have access to you, like, period. And I don't know how many times I gotta say this, because even when it comes to like industry, right? And I've had to say this to people, and I say this all the time. I'm like, y'all cool, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? We just colleagues. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I mean no harm. Like, we just colleagues. Right. So you guys are not gonna hurt my feelings if you don't book me for something. You're not gonna hurt my feelings if I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't invite me to this event, like, because you're not that close to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not that. And then my 7 who's been around, they've been around since, well, one of them, Medina, she's been around since 16. We started in TV together. And then the rest of them are my college friends, 10 plus years with me.
Where did you go to school at?
I went to Delaware State first, and then that's where I crossed as an Iota sweetheart, Spring 11. Okay. The ladies of Unforgettable Chaos, okay? There you go, man. The ladies of Unforgettable Chaos. That part. And then I ended up graduating from Old Dominion University. Okay. Nice. Yes. So, and I have like my lucky 7. And the beautiful part is none of them are in industry. None of them are in the industry. And then it's like, they really know me to the point where when I do say something, I come to them about job issues. The beautiful part, let me also say this too, because when you have a circle, you want to have a circle of people who hold you accountable. You know what I mean? Like, I can go to them with any issue. I don't care, any issue. It could be job, school, relationship. It could be anything. The first thing that they're always going to tell me is, well, can I be honest with you? Sometimes, Kay, you do this, and this. So maybe let's check this first and make sure that this reaction is not causing the problem over here. Okay. I have friends in my corner that's really like, if I come to them with relationship advice, right? They're not, oh, leave that man. He doing you dirty. Like, no, okay, hold on. Your attitude is jacked up right now. I think you need to sit on this for a second before you react. You know what I mean? I have friends that's really like in my corner. Yeah. 1,010%. You know what I mean? So when I say I got my lucky 7, I got my lucky 7. So I don't care what happens. Like, if I lose my job today and I'm not K.Samone to y'all, oh, that's my team.
Right.
They got my back. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's all good, girl. You gonna get another job tomorrow, girl. Bye. Right. You know what I mean? They was mad. They couldn't have you. So it's okay. You know what I mean? Like that's my team. You know what I mean? And I think it's very important to have people like that around you. Yeah. So when you do fall short somewhere, they can lift you up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They can hold you accountable while lifting you up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They can lift your spirits. I couldn't even pray for a better circle.
That's what's up.
I couldn't pray for a better circle, man.
You gotta have that. That's so.
I mean, you been dropping some gems, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you there. So, you know, if we all in the industry minded, so I don't want people to feel like I'm getting all of my feelings or getting you all of your feelings and nothing like that. But I'm going to change gears real quick. And I want to ask you just simply, you know, with you having the exposure to get into radio at the age that you did in the area that you did, and then get into it in Atlanta, and you're now landed here in Birmingham, how would you say that all of those things kind of sort of differentiate as far as the market goes? Like, do you like the Birmingham market when it comes to radio?
Well, I'm just new here. You know what I mean? I'm new. I only been here for a month.
Okay.
But I do like it because everything is still traditional here. Like, you really have people that still listen to the radio while they're working.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you have people that still listen to the radio while they're like driving, whereas, you know, in other markets like your Atlantas or your Phillies or like your Atlantas and your Phillies, it's just like, you know, people are oxing and, you know, they're on their Bluetooth and their music and things like that, which is cool because, you know, it is what it is. But what I realize is markets like Birmingham and where I'm originally from, radio is... It gives me back, it takes me back to the feeling of what it was like when I was a kid. Listening to radio.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's traditional. You know what I mean? Like I remember getting up, like I said, at 6 o'clock in the morning, just waiting to hear, you know, the Buddha Brothers morning show.
Yeah.
That was my thing. So, and I feel like here, when you are conditioned to that, it's just like this is a part of my routine. It's a part of my daily routine. So if I don't have this, then it's like
it sets the tone of your day.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It messes my day up. So when the Buddha Brothers morning show actually left, and this is the funny thing about like iHeart, right? So when the Buddha Brothers morning show actually left, they bought a new morning show, but I wasn't here for it. I was like, I didn't grow up on this show since I was like 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want this. Like, you know what I mean? No offense to the new people that they had, but I was like, I don't like this. And at the time, the only radio station that was like ahead of what was happening digitally was iHeart. And at that time, I saw The Breakfast Club. So what I ended up doing was on my iPad, I downloaded iHeart Radio app, and I listened to The Breakfast Club every morning at 6 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So shout out to my best friend Rudy, because she could tell you. Like, that's how I also started to manifest different things. I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm going to be. So we're going to like manifest this every day, and I got to find me a new morning show. And it was so perfect because it was like The Breakfast Club came right on time. 2010 like came right on time, right? So shout out to my best friend, because she'll tell you, like, she even got photos, videos, and everything. But I would be asleep at her apartment on campus, like, because she stayed right across the street from campus when I was staying at my mama's house. So I was like, it's better to stay over here.
Yeah.
And I would be asleep in her bed with my heated blanket. And because she used to keep she still does, she keep the house on 20.
2 degrees.
Yeah, on 20. Okay. On 20. So I would be at the edge of her bed in a circle with the blanket over top of me, heated blanket, 6 o'clock alarm go off just to cut the radio on and go right back to sleep.
Wow.
And then I'll be up right at 7 when they was doing the interview.
Like clockwork.
Like clockwork.
It
was like clockwork.
That's what inspired me, The Breakfast Club.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, because I've been hosting stuff since I probably started around the time you started.
Yeah.
But my hosting and running my mouth the most started in church. And then went from church to starting acting in drama and in plays. So I've wrote screenplays. I've acted in screenplays. Like, that's just always been a part of who I was. Like, if you give me a mic or you put me in front of a crowd and tell me what I need to do, I can make it shake. And all throughout college, I mean, I hosted everything. If anybody had an event going, I got the phone call to host the event. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to like just, you know, me learning different things about photography and videography, when I stepped into that world, it was kind of sort of like I was able to start kind of sort of channeling what I wanted to do based on what I had always been doing. And when I would see the Breakfast Club, like if you go inside that room right now where we started at, you'll see SM7Bs. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if that's what Charlamagne talking on, that's what I need to be talking on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, okay, cool, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then it's just learning a little thing. So the things that you've given us, you know what I'm saying, on the podcast, you know, today, has essentially at the end of the day, it supports everything that you are right now. Everything that you said, you know, with it happening in its purpose and it happening because it was supposed to happen, I can see why it happened, and I can see why you're operating the way you're operating, because it's always been, however big the light was, it was always that little bit of light showing you, okay, this is what you need to go towards and this is what you need to do. This person is going to show you how to do this. This person, you're going to see them in 10 more years, but you don't know that you're going to see them in 10 more years.
You don't know. Like, you don't know. Exactly.
It's crazy when you
it's crazy when you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so cliche. I know it sounds so cliche because I know some people are going to be watching like, but she ain't really give no jewels. And the biggest thing that I want anybody to take away is if you stay where you are and pay attention to where you are, like focus on the present, not worry about where I'm going to be, not worry about, oh my God, this is not fueling me. Like, this is not what I really want out of this. This is not going towards where I'm trying to be. If you stay still for just one moment, stay planted for one moment, I promise you'll start noticing the clues. It'll be right there in front of your face. I promise you. You know what I mean? Like, I would say this, like in Atlanta, I actually made a video about this on my Instagram too. Yeah. But I will say, like, when I was in Atlanta, I was real frustrated. I was so frustrated in the space that I was in. Not because Atlanta wasn't doing me good, but I had like reached the ceiling in where I was. I was like, listen, I've really outgrown this space that I'm in. You know what I mean? I love it here. I love this company, but I don't know what's next. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm frustrated here, like really frustrated. Like, what else can I do? And y'all don't have nothing else for me to do. But what else can I do? You know what I mean? And it got to the point where I was like giving up. I was literally like, hey, I'm just about to quit because I don't know what else. I really don't know what else to do. My mentor called me and said, listen, I mean, it was to the point I was coming into work like hour 30 minutes late. 2 hours late.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't care. When I tell you I didn't care. And the sad part was, if I could tell you, I'm always late, all right? I'm always late. And it was to the point where me being late was getting on my nerves. It was getting on my best friend's nerves. I was frustrated at the station because I'm like, I hate this morning shift. I freaking hate it. And I hate being late. Why can't I be on time? What is happening? Like, I was really like over it, right?
That's a whole different battle.
I was over it. Yeah. And then my mentor called me and said, listen, just because you don't feel like it does not mean that you give up.
Right.
Just because you know that you're bigger than where you are does not mean that you give up and you throw in the towel. You don't do that. Shout out to Bill Black. He was like, you don't do that. So you need to figure out what you're going to do. Don't get fired for something dumb.
Right.
Yeah. Even though I wasn't going to get fired. Let's start there. They love me too much. But I wasn't. I literally I had a little bit of seniority, okay, where I was. So, you know, it was going to be get it together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or they would take me off the shift, but I wasn't going to get fired.
You needed a shift.
I wasn't going to get fired. But the point of the matter was, you know, you just couldn't give up. So what I said was, I was like, you know what, guy, like, we got to work on discipline. Okay. Because at this point, it's like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Like, I just know I'm frustrated. And I know that you got me here because you got me in this place of uncomfortability because you're about to do a transition in my life. And I know that. And every time I get uncomfortable, I know a transition is happening, right? I know it's coming. So I'm like, God, give me the strength to be still and give me some patience and give myself some grace. And in the process of this, whatever you're doing here, allow me to work on discipline. Oh, I failed tremendously every day. Every day I failed. I failed tremendously. However,
you on that.
However, I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. The day I had my breakdown, which was my breakthrough, Okay. I broke down. I actually applied for an apartment. I applied for an apartment that was in Sandy Springs, a better area than where I was staying. I was living in a nice place, but I was like, I'm just ready for a different scenery. I've been in the same place for 5 years. Like, I'm ready, for something else. The same day I got denied for the place, I had a breakdown. Like, I was tired, man. I can't explain it, but I was just tired. And I'm just like, am I gonna be able to get out of this? Because I'm ready to get out of this. The same day I got denied, I had the breakdown, called my best friend Aaron, who's in Mexico, and just cried. And what actually did it, I went to Starbucks and I was like, all I want is a vanilla bean frappe with a shot of espresso, double blended with extra ice, and the whipped cream with the cinnamon powder. That's all I want to make me happy.
That's my feel good. I need it.
And they fucked up my order.
All right, just hold.
Okay.
Just hold. Let me check on what's going on. It's too much moving. What's wrong?
I don't know how to.
Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Cool.
Talk to me. What's wrong? What's going on?
We lost 5 and 6.
5 and
We
6.
can pause and
No, don't pause nothing.
No, I'm saying
Okay,
we
keep
can interject
recording.
back in.
Yeah.
That's who I know where I left off.
Oh yeah.
I know where I left
just
off.
meant
They
as
fucked up
far
my
as
order.
interjecting back in. Check 5 and 6.
Don't
and
you
5
hate
said
that?
camera,
Or like you
battery
order
power.
something new. I ordered a drink
All right,
that
check
was
group
new
real quick.
recently, and I was like, "Oh, this gonna be good." And I got it. I said, "This
No,
is
leave 5
trash."
and 6 still out.
Nah, but I'm gonna tell you what did it. When I tell you what did it, y'all gonna be like, oh, like it was a good story. It was like really good. I like cried. Like I didn't expect it to be like.
Yeah.
It was so minute. It was so small, so minuscule. But it was like I was so in like a heavy space that the sweetest gesture just made me cry.
That's real.
Thing made me cry.
And when you there, it's like, I'm just crying.
You know, it's like it just made me cry. I was like, I just gotta get it out. I just gotta get it out.
Because it's like this weight.
Yeah.
It's just been like
The
sitting.
group shot. It just happened after we was recording her right there.
So it's timing out. I got to figure out how to make it not time out.
Okay, so the group shot and camera out.
Okay.
So this one takes the regular batteries, the same one that any one of them take, except for my major camera. So there's a slot for 2. I forgot to put one in.
My ears.
Y'all doing wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamario.
So you had to worry about the damn camera. So you don't worry about the,
What?
I got a bottle of water. I miss all them little curls.
Say I got a bottle of water on this all the crazy. Y'all so wrong.
changing the battery.
If you want to see the Whitehaven and me, just come clear across the studio. Be my
I ain't worried
guest.
about none of that.
Be my
You gonna
guest.
get the east side, west side, Birmingham.
Not east side, west side.
Back in motion. We'll interject with a new topic and then we'll just head it back in from there. So we'll
Oh, okay.
we'll just come in because you were just finishing up on that one.
Should finish
No,
with the Starbucks
I was
story.
telling a story.
Yeah.
So I was like, they fucked up my order. I know where I was. If you want to do a full shot and then go back, that'd be cool too.
Tap camera to focus. Yeah, it was going in and out of focus. I think you got autofocus on.
Yeah.
It would kind of line back up just as we were going.
It should lock on her.
Yeah.
Because she's the only person in that shot.
Yeah, so if y'all go back out to this, to me, like to this right here, and then go back in, y'all be good too. Because y'all got enough.
Fred really got to come do this for me. I really hate this.
Perfect.
Good.
Oh, y'all look good too.
Cam, we can get camera to lock in. There.
I like your sweater.
Thank you. Where'd I get this? Simply 10.
Simply 10, what is that?
So it's a store. Oh, where is one? There's one like on the west side, and then another one like in Crestwood. Everything in there is like $10 or less. Literally.
Simply 10? In Crestwood?
All
Okay,
right.
cool. I'm going to check it out.
Going back to group shot.
Check
good?
it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check
All
it
right.
out. I could cuss on here, right?
Do me second.
I could cuss, right?
Yeah, we talk.
Okay,
What we want to say.
Okay, cool. I definitely say they fucked
Lachey,
up my order.
make notes for me of what we're having issues with.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep. So they had fucked up my order.
What they do, girl?
It was just they was trying to give me too many drinks for real, and they was bringing out some strawberry drink or something, and I was like, that's not what I ordered, and my order was sitting right here at the window. I was like, ma'am, can I just get my order, please?
Right.
She was like, oh no, we got you runged up. I said, I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that.
So they were trying to give you extra.
They were trying to give me extra. Oh. So long story short, like they had me sit there for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? And then as soon as she opened up the window, she was like, I was like, ma'am, that's not my drink. Like, I literally, ma'am, that's not my drink. Like, all I'm asking for is the vanilla frappe and the damn everything bagel. Like, she was like, it's okay. I got you. It's okay. I got you. And she handed me my stuff. And I was like, okay, thank you. What's my total? Oh, no, you're fine. I told you. I got you. And at that point, I had to pull over. I was like, are you serious? And I pulled over into the parking lot and broke down in all the tears in the world, okay? And I promise you, the same day I had that breakthrough, I got the call for this job.
Wow.
The same day.
Wow.
The same day.
Breaks. Listen.
Same day.
God
So
good.
what I tell you is, and now since I've been here, because we were talking about time, my time management was like really bad. When we were gearing up for this job, I called my cousin. I talked to my best friends about it. And I was just like, man, I'm so scared because, I don't want to walk into a new situation with old habits.
Yeah.
And my cousin was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. That's impossible because you know that it's time to step up. You know that it's time to, to do right. And I feel like you've understood that you're in a transitional period. So now that your mind has understood that you're in a transitional period, going into your next season, you'll be perfectly fine. Well, going into my next season, I show up to work an hour early.
I hear that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I hear that.
I don't got time. Telling you straight up, I'm running behind. I'm 6 minutes behind. Literally, I got here at 7:05 in the parking lot.
I wasn't tripping.
But I couldn't find. You know what I mean? But it was just one of those things. It's like, I'm really cautious about it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm cautious. I'm very cautious about it. Another thing I will also say to you is this. The show that I have here is On the Phone with K.Samone.
Well, don't do that. Hold on.
Don't do that? Okay, cool.
Let's reround.
All right, cool. No problem.
Let's reround real quick. Let's do this. And then we're going to go there, okay?
Okay, no problem.
So, I'm going to get Kim to answer that question.
Okay, cool.
All right. And then I'm going to ask you this question, and she's going to follow with that, okay?
No problem.
So before we leave, just, getting here, doing radio, you have a history in radio, you have a history on being in exclusive events and things of that nature. What would you say right now has been like your top 2 interviews that you've done?
I cannot tell you that.
Really?
I cannot tell you that. Every interview takes a world and a journey of its own.
Okay.
Every last one of them, they take a journey of its own. Like, you just never know. And I think the best part is because I'm personable, I'm open, I'm honest. You know what I mean? And you just never know.
Gotcha.
You never know who's gonna you never know. Like, you just never know. Everybody takes a world of its journey of its own. So to be, like I said, be on the red carpet with Young Thug, Southside, gunning on all of them, and literally had them cheesing ear to ear. You know what I mean? Like, you had that, shout out to Jamel Howard. We had a moment on the carpet, and he's about to drop a movie on BET Plus. Mm-hmm. So shout out to him. But it's like I had a moment with Lala. Like, every interview, like, takes its own course.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I respect that answer.
What's been your most memorable one for you thus far? Or one that just sticks out into your mind?
I personally don't know, but I'm gonna tell you the fun one. I think the one that everybody loves is the one I did with Mario.
Okay.
And it was Mario's idea, by the way. So we were at Millennium Tour, and I was like, I don't care what else I gotta do. I got Sammy already. I don't care what else happens. I need this Mario interview. I don't care. I don't care. I need Mario. So we couldn't get Mario to save our lives. Like, we just couldn't get him, right? So I'm like, forget it. We're just gonna go home. It's over with, you guys. So shout out to Vernell. I think that's Vernell. Shout out to Vernell. So Vernell was one of the tour managers, and he saw me walking. I had my jersey dress on. This was the first one, right? So I had my jersey dress on, my little my bamboo earrings. You know what I'm saying? My slouch socks. You know what I mean? I was killing it. Okay, you know,
with the braids.
No, I actually had curly hair. I had big curly hair. Cute. So I'm walking. Vernell was like, "Hey, you know, you done had everybody turn their head. My whole staff was turning their head every time you walk by. So I appreciate that. Well, since that's the case, who's gonna make sure I get this Mario interview before I leave? You know?" Yeah. So he was like, "Oh, well, the tour bus is over here. Let me go get you over here to the tour buses." I'm like, "Cool." So we ran into some guy that was at Mario's camp, and I was like, "Yeah, did you ever talk to Mario so we can get the interview?" He said, "Oh no, he on that tour bus. He taking showers. He don't want to do no interview, nothing like that." I'm like, "All right, well, forget him then. Shoot, I don't care. Like, you know? Like, forget him then. He don't want to do no interview with me. Forget him then." So then me and Vernell was like, "Well, since you missed the concert for real doing the interviews," he was like, "We'll be in Charlotte tomorrow. Take my number, and you know, if you want to come to Charlotte tomorrow, you can." I was like, "All right, bet. Say less. Let's do it." Man, I'm with my homegirl Didi. All I hear her say was, well, if it wasn't the person we was looking for, I can't see. It's dark outside, right? And I couldn't see at the time. So I'm like, who is she talking about? And then all I hear is, who, me? You talking about me? I looked up and I was like, oh, that's Mario. I was like, yeah, you. We was talking about you because your man said you was on the bus and you didn't want to do no interview with me because you was on the bus taking a shower and stuff. Like, what's going on? You know? I said, but you clearly not on the bus. He was like, well, clearly I'm not. I'm walking in here. He said, man, y'all got to stop talking to people about me. You know what I'm saying? Come to me. I said, how, Mario? How, Mario? How? So from there, he was like, all right, cool. Let's do an interview. He said, where your camera guy? He said, who you with? I was like, well, I was with Hot 1079 at the time. And I was like, yeah, that's who I'm with. He was like, well, where your camera guy? I said, oh, where my camera guy go? Oh, he left because they said you was on the tour bus taking a shower. He was like, oh, damn. All right, well, cool. Well, we going to shoot it with the phone, but we can't just shoot it with the phone. Like, you know, we can't just do like a regular interview with the phone. So let's just do this. Let's just chop it up on camera or whatever. So Didi pressed the little record button on the phone. He snatched the phone. Nah, I got an idea. I'm like, cool, Mario, what we doing? He was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. You going to act like you wrapping up. You know what I'm saying? Like you wrapping up for the show and all this good stuff. I'm going to walk by and you going to grab me. Right? And then we going to go from there. I said, cool, say less. I got you. So that's what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, it's K.Samone, Hot 1079, end of the show, end of the night, we killing it. Da-da-da. Oh, Mario pulled him. Right? And he was like, whoa, what? I'm sorry, excuse me? Security. I'm like, shh, don't do that. What are you doing? Don't do that. So, and in the first take we did, the phone died. The second take, his camera guy did. Shout out to Elliot. But his camera guy did it. And it was magic. Like, I mean, people really didn't think that people thought that was real. Like, I actually really grabbed him.
Wow.
That's what made it so funny. Yeah. Because everybody was like, yo, that's how you do it, sis. You better grab that man, sis. And I'm like, hi, little do y'all know that was him.
Right.
Wow.
So it was cool. So I would say that was probably one of my favorite memories. Telling Sammy that he sung to me at 14. Yeah. That was actually really funny. That was fun. It's always magic, you know what I mean? I try to make an experience so anytime that anybody comes near me or you'll remember me. And that's the whole point, you know what I mean? Like you'll remember me. I remember like being on the red carpet for BET Hip Hop Awards. I interviewed Peter Guns and Amina. And then they were telling me about a new show that they had coming out on BET. And probably say a month before the show actually came out, their team reached out to me and said, hey, we would like for you to do an interview. So I hopped on camera. Peter and Amina automatically remember who I was.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So that's what I strive for. You know, I want you, because it's so many people that you come across. Right. But I want you to always remember the interaction that you had with me because I'm going to see you again. Right. I'm going to see you again and we're going to connect again. So for sure, remember me, period.
So with you being on Hot 107 and then now being in Birmingham, what's been the difference in the media between Atlanta and Birmingham?
It's not the media, it's the market. So I feel like the market is, Atlanta had a lot going on. Like it was a lot of movie premieres, a lot of red carpets, a lot of award ceremonies were taken there. You know what I mean? So here it's kind of like trying to figure out how to bring that back to the city, or if you guys have that, how to, get a part of that in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that would really be like the difference, because it's outside of just being a radio personality, I am also a red carpet correspondent as well. Right. You know what I mean? So wanting to get back into that space and that arena, it's probably like the difference. But what will end up happening for the most part, because I don't see myself driving for free, or taking a plane for free. Right. You know what I mean? I don't see myself doing that. But what will ultimately end up happening is doing a lot of Zooms, or, I made a lot of connections and have a lot of resources. So let's see if I could bring those resources to the city to kind of give the city a little bit of that zest that I had in Atlanta. Because I think the beautiful thing is, I don't care, what it is, where you go, how it is. Be an impact.
Oh, yeah.
Be a light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't put in a position for no reason. Like, when I got here, it was very different. Yeah. Very different. I had culture shock. I'm not going to lie to you. I had culture. I had a little bit of culture shock and a little bit of imposter syndrome I was dealing with, for sure. But the biggest thing was, I had to sit back. I was like, I kept calling my mentor. I was like, it's so different here, bro. Oh my God, it's so different. It's just so different. Like, what am I going to do? Like, and at that point, I even called my mom and I told my mom, I was like, bro, like, it's just so different. And my mom said to me, she was like, it was different when you was in Philly. It was different when you were in Atlanta. It was different when you weren't in Virginia Beach. She was like, it was different. Everywhere you went, it was always different. She said, but you know what you managed to do everywhere that you went? You left an impact.
Right.
You left a seat that had to be filled.
Right.
You left something that can't be duplicated. So don't look at this as dreadful. Look at this as a mission, because that's what you're here for. You're here to fulfill something that they did not have before.
On assignment.
You got here. You're on assignment.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's what my mom told me.
So let's talk a little bit more about your segment on the phone with K.Samone.
So that's not the segment. That's the name of the show.
The name of the show.
Yes, that's the name of the show. Yes.
So how'd you birth that idea?
Okay, cool. So 2020, my mentor actually called me, Bill Black. He said, hey, I got an idea. I was like, talk to me. On the phone with K.Samone. You know what, Bill? That's ringing bells. I like that, Bill. I like that. So what are we going to do with this? I was already doing this segment called the DM Reports, which is just me sliding in your DMs with music, like just entertainment stories. You know what I'm saying? 3 entertainment stories, sliding your DMs with those. So we was already doing that. And when he came up with the idea, because the point of it, he was like, you got to separate yourself from everybody else. Like, how do you separate yourself from being just another radio personality? And you have to find that brand. Right. And what is that brand? And I do a lot of digital stuff. I do a lot of digital interviews. I do a lot of things on my phone. I use my phone for a lot of things. Yeah. So when he called me and he was like on the phone with K.Samone, I was like, that's perfect. So I was like, the DM report works. And then from there, all these other features just kind of fell in place. Like, they just fell in place. And I was like, okay, cool. So this is the idea. He was like, so let's, work on this, put this together, and then let's do something that's never been done before. Let's do a syndicated weekend show. Let's aim for that. And I'm like, cool, let's do that. And I had wrote my scripts out for DJ Drama to voice for Hot 107.9. That never got done.
At least you had the work done.
Yeah, the drafts. Right, yeah. That never got done. I don't know. Like, they just never got done. I don't know how, whatever. But, they weren't done, but I was like, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to stop what we're doing, right? It's not going to stop what we're trying to build here. Right. Okay? Whole time, I didn't know that I was preparing for something 2 years later. You get what I'm saying? So I was practicing this show on Sundays. And here it is. It's a show that I got full time.
Gotcha. That's dope.
So when I got here, they were like, so do you have any ideas of what you want your midday show to look like? Oh,
I sure do.
On the phone with K.Samone. These are the, I had like the whole write-up done, because I was doing the write-up in Atlanta. Right? So the whole write-up, like the whole presentation was already done. It was done in 2020. You know what I mean? We were trying to figure out to do the photo shoot. Like, that's the one thing I'm still trying to do the photo shoot around it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the whole write-up was done. The intro, shout out to one of my good friends, Clay. Hey, Clay. So Clay actually, so I had a college radio show at Old Dominion called Industry Illustrated. And we were sitting around one day back then, like, how do we want to, promote Industry Illustrated? So Clay came up with the idea and said, hey, I think we should do a cipher.
Yeah.
So we did a cipher completely based around the show, like for college. So Clay was like, I was like, you know what? I got to get an intro. And the intro beat is Kiss Me Through the Phone. So, of course, I reached out to Sammy first, but they didn't get back to me. So I was like, well, if Sammy don't do it, I know the perfect person that can do this for me. And I literally called my homeboy Clay and was like, hey, listen, these are the features. This is what it is. Yeah. And do your thing. He's an artist. And I was like, you could pick whoever you want to do the hook. You could do, like, it's all you, baby. It's all you.
Out from there.
Played it on Hot 107.9. Didn't ask nobody. Didn't do nothing. I just did me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just fuck the rules. Forget the rules. You gonna like it, damn it. Forget the rules. I was like, listen, I'm trying to play nice, but fuck these rules. So that's literally what we did. Played it. Everybody loved it. And it was like the intro was already done. The scripts were already done. Everything that they needed here was already done.
That's what's up, bro.
That's dope.
So back to, just walking in purpose. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
It's walking in purpose.
Well, look, man, as we get ready to turn the corner, man, and get ready to get out of here, you've been an awesome guest, man. There's one more thing that I want to ask you.
For sure.
And when I ask you that question, we're going to come back and we're going to get ready to do a little small outro. It ain't nothing major, but we definitely want you to plug yourself and, come back and tell the people where they can find you and all of the good stuff. So I guess our last question for this setting would just be, like, what's next for K.Samone? Like, what is your, like,
TV.
What are some short term? Okay.
TV is next for me. I have a TV agent. So nice. I do. I have a TV agent, and that's next for me. So it was so beautiful because I had called her in the midst of my frustrations in Atlanta. And I was like, I just need something else. And she was like, it's okay. Like, we'll figure it out. And we had plans to get things started by January, but plans altered because I moved from Atlanta to here.
Right.
So she was like, she's super proud of me, Kanesia. Shout out to Kanesia. But like, she was super amazed because, what she had planned, it was kind of like, all right, well, now we gotta switch it. So now what we focusing on is just branding me, and we're kicking everything off for me come March.
So that when it comes to TV, are you talking about just TV or streaming and all the other good stuff as well?
So TV, what I mean is like having like an entertainment segment on the news, possibly. Okay. Doing more TV appearances.
Does she also handle clients that want to possibly try to get stuff on streaming platforms? Or she just strictly TV?
I'm not sure about streaming. I'm pretty sure she probably does because she has her hand in pretty much a little bit of everything.
Bro. I need that plug.
Okay, we'll talk. We'll definitely talk. We'll talk. But she mainly focuses on news, like newscasters and things like that. But I was a special case where where she picked me up for entertainment. Okay. You know what I mean? So I was one of those special cases, and the beautiful part about that was. Fox Soul, I did an audition with Fox Soul. Shout out to James DeBose. He's the head of programming for Fox Soul. But I was on the Black Report back in April. So back again, my steps are ordered. When I actually was looking for that agent, when I came across Kanesia was like, yeah, I saw that you was on the Black Report. Funny thing is, 2 of my clients are also on that show as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
You have your own show, girl.
Yeah, it's coming. Because she walking in her purpose.
So what's up, in your assignment.
Period. Okay, I like that.
Hey, man, to each one of y'all, man, that are listening right now in your home, or if you got us on in your car, you listen to us at work, whatever you're doing, man, we want to say thank you for the What You Mean podcast for actually tuning in. And if you're not subscribed or you're not following us, make sure you do that right now. All of our handles are right now at the bottom of the screen, man, so make sure that you do that. But real quick, man, we're going to let our guest plug herself so y'all can go and support her and follow her as well. So if you do me a quick favor, just tell the people who you are one more time and tell them where they can find you.
Absolutely. It's K.Samone, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at It's K.Samone with an A. That's ITSK-SAM1.
That's what it is, man. So y'all already know, man. I'm your boy LaCheston.
I'm your co-host Kim.
And until next time, man, y'all already know what it is. Peace.